Hello, I'm Brett. Welcome to my channel. I'm a life and manifestation coach. I will be putting videos out weekly for you to follow along. Let's get into this. Feel like you are stuck in life and things aren't going so well? Many people feel this way, but don't even know where to start to make changes in their lives. I found something that might be of interest to you, but is very effective. I'll give you an example of how I changed things in my life from starting way back when I was a teenager. Pay close attention to what I say, and at the end of the video, we'll reveal what you may need to do to totally change your life in just a matter of months. Please, if this information is helpful to you, please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I look forward to putting out videos weekly for you to follow along in my life coach and manifestation coaching. When I was a teenager, I was probably what you'd considered a troubled teen, a slacker, or just a plain loser. I messed around in school, was always in trouble, and was going nowhere really fast. I got in trouble so much that one day I just got tired of having to go to summer school, getting suspended, and doing detention every day after school. Finally, I committed to myself that I was going to turn things around. I first started with my grades. I actually started doing my homework and studying at night. I remember when I got my first 100% on an exam, the teacher thought that I must have cheated. But over time, I became known as a good student after a while. I ended up with a 3.4 GPA by the end of that first year. The next year, I got involved in sports. Wrestling was my choice. I excelled in it. Ended up becoming one of the best in my weight class in the state. Then, after graduating high school, I was reading the newspaper that a brokerage firm was interviewing for registered representatives. I went to do the interview. Backstory to this: I had no money and bought a cheap suit at a thrift store. I didn't fit quite well and was way out of date. It looked quite funny. Anyway, back to the story. I interviewed with the manager, and the first thing that he said to me, "You do realize that everyone that works in this office is a college graduate? I don't see any qualifications here that even shows that you'd be capable of doing this job." My reply: "I can do anything that I put my mind to doing, and I'd love to get the opportunity to do work for your company." He thanked me and said that they may be in touch. The interview was pretty much over. I called the office to check on the job once every 3 days to check to see if the position was still available. Finally, 3 weeks later, I get a call for a second interview. The regional manager was there, along with the manager of the office who interviewed me before. The regional manager asked me a series of questions, etc. Then paused for a moment. "Mr. Simpson, do you know why we decided to do a second interview with you?" My reply: "No, not exactly. We like how consistent you were on following up with us. You didn't just give up after the interview. That is exactly the type of person we are looking to hire. But we have one problem." Yeah, what might that? Believe it or not, the problem was that I had to pass the Series 7 exam. They offered me the job, and I was over the moon. I said to myself, I can do it. I purchased the book, took the exam in just 10 days, and passed with an 82%. The first, I won't lie. I was the youngest, least educated, and least experienced among all the brokers. But what I lacked in those aspects, I made up for with my determination, persistence, and a burning desire to succeed. I was constantly learning, absorbing everything I could about the business and putting in long hours. By the end of the year, I was ranked among the top 10% of producers in the office. You might be wondering, how did this happen? Remember the turning point in high school? It was a similar principle. I focused on changing one thing about myself every day, no matter how small. Slowly but surely, these changes accumulated and my confidence grew. I started taking on bigger, higher goals for myself. And that's how I started of transformation. From a high school slacker to a successful broker, it all started with the decision to make a change and the determination to not give up. Remember, it's never about where you start, but where you're headed. And my story is far from over. So, that's my story, but what about yours? We all have unique journeys of transformation, and I hope that in sharing mine, I've inspired you to start your own. Remember, it's not about grand gestures or sudden leaps of faith. It's about small daily changes. It's about persistence. It's about getting up every time you fall, learning every time you fail. In my experience, the smallest changes often make the biggest difference. And remember, it doesn't matter where you start. It's where you're headed that counts. We all have the potential to transform our lives, to become the best version of ourselves. So, what are you waiting for? Start your journey today. And don't worry, you're not alone. I'll be here sharing more of my journey, my insights, and my experiences. I hope you'll join me in this journey of transformation, of growth, of becoming. Remember, it all starts with one small change. So, what's your change going to be today? Thank you for listening to my story. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay motivated, stay persistent, and most importantly, stay positive. Remember, every day is a new opportunity for change. See you soon.